everybody, another Coach's Cardio. Hope you guys are doing good. Remember, I just want to tell you guys, I'm just trying to help out some novices here. Intermediates, sure, they're going to be able to get some tips, but back when I started, I wish I had some of this. And I'll tap into that later when I talk about being young and reckless when I first started out. My prep update. I'm looking at a couple shows. 16, 15 weeks away, maybe earlier if I do this first show. We'll see what I look like. I don't like to share what I'm going to do. That's just for me and other people who I've talked to about my shows. Yeah, everyone knows I'm going to do my pro show this year, but there might be one or two more. We'll see how the body holds up. My weight, every week, hitting it, 1 pound loss, 2 pound loss. I'll hover for a few days. Right now I'm sitting at, well, the scale said today I was bouncing around 183 to 180, not 183. I'm losing my mind because I'm in prep. I was 184, bouncing around 183.8, up and down, up and down. Right where I should be. Something I want to talk about is, I was talking about this with a couple of my clients the other day. They know who they are about, they always ask me how I'm doing when my shows are coming, and that's, I talk about that. But then I talk about me feeling like skinny. I guess, everyone has body dysmorphia. They always look at themselves and they always see the worst. I ain't any different. I want to tell everyone out there, I look at myself and I'm just, I'm proud of what I do. I'm a confident guy. I'm not going to lie. But I do have, I'm 6'1", I'm 40 years old, and I'm going up against guys mid-20s, low 20s, in their 30s. I mean, whatever. That doesn't faze me whatsoever, because I'm doing this for me, to get goals, to have meaning and purpose in my life. It makes me feel good. It's what I choose. And it's something I told you, and those people who are close to me, and I post a partial of my life story on Facebook. I made a vow to myself back in the day when I was lost, alcoholic, fucking bum, treating people like shit, treating myself and family like shit. I was, borderline. I made a decision one day, kill yourself or, fix yourself. And fix myself is what I decided to do. I made a vow, and when I have hard days, like today, I'm not gonna lie, today's a hard day. I gotta get up early. Look at me, I'm all friggin' haven't shaved. I gotta get my cardio done. I made a vow. It's to me, and it's to no one else but me. And the other part of my vow was to teach others what I've practiced, what I've learned from the great coaches I've had and mentors over my time. So, just want to let you guys know that I too have that dysmorphia. I look in the mirror and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I, I should be a Sears catalog model wearing shorts. I feel so small some days, but it's your own perception. You have to give yourself that pat on the back that, you're doing fucking good, keep it up. And that's when I think about that vow I made to myself, to push forward. Okay, and yeah, I do have a little bit of the sniffles right now. It's going around the gym here. Anyways, moving forward, I had some questions on email, and I'm choosing, and I had actually quite a few. I want to choose some beginner ones for these guys. Kind of remind me of me when I was lost back in the day, starting out, reading books on with these guys who are 275, 245 pounds, using junk, and in the gym. I had nothing similar with these guys in training, and here I was being young and reckless, doing 17 sets of insanity. Anyways, one of the question was, I got it right here, creatine. When do I take creatine? Everyone says, yeah, take it before, take it after. You know what? The science out there is you have to have your cells loaded. Once your cells are loaded, you can take it anytime you want. You can take it at night, you can take it in the morning. Just remember to take your creatine. I mean, it's consistency with it, and you have to keep your cells saturated. When your cells are saturated, you're going to use creatine. I mean, it's not this miracle thing where you take it before and you're like, yeah, I'm jacked up on creatine. Sure, there's different people who have different results with creatine. Creatine in me, it's okay. You know, I don't feel a big difference. I feel a difference with recovery, and that's about it. So there's my answer on it. There's lots of science out there, but just, you know, you can load it, or you can just keep taking it every day. I would take it for, you know, a couple months, and then take some time off, or take it for 3 months, take some time off, 3 weeks, go back on, back off, so you don't have to need more creatine. Just keep yourself loaded with it. Okay, Versa grips. Remember those grips I wore on my wrists? Maybe I'll put a picture. I'll cut this video and I'll show you my Versa grips. Everyone's asking me, how come I don't wear straps? I used to. And I was doing deadlifts with my straps, and what did I have on there? About 445. And I was almost at a lockout, and my strap broke. I damn near almost slammed out my other shoulder. My fault for using a strap that had a small tear in it. So, you know, gotta wake up. But I know I also felt rewarding after that I broke a strap. First time ever breaking a strap. I did take a picture of it way back in the day. I wear Versas because, you know, again, me being back in the day, young and reckless, just hucking weight around, not contracting, throwing it here, throwing it there. And I had a coach back in the day, he's telling me I'm more of an arm puller. And so I got really long arms, 6'1", and I use a lot of arms to contract my back. So that means I'm death gripping the bar, and I'm firing my biceps, my brachioradialis, and my forearms, all the assisted muscles before I'm firing my lats. So by using these Versa grips, it's a shorter grip. I only have to put it over top or under the bar. There's 2 ways to do it. Over the top, you're going to get a little bit more forearms. If you wrap it under, you're going to get less of your hands in control of the weight. So my coach Jeff right now just did a great video on, you know, his back control, and he talks about his grip by leaving his thumb and his finger off. It's a pistol grip. You know, it's just like, you know, making a pistol, right? And less fingers on the bar, and you're going to squeeze your back more and pull with your back. So you want to use your lats, your rhomboids, your traps. You want to fire that first before you get your biceps involved. And that's why I wear Versa grips. I mean, I can contract my back more. No more throwing myself back. Once I started doing that, I started getting some great back development. You know, I could really see it, I could really feel it. And that's all about, you got to feel the contraction. And there's some days that, you know, they're my heavy days, and yeah, sure, I chuck some weight around. You know, that's fun. You got to keep that in there. Okay. Another question was weekly averages. I took a picture of my calories. It's a cool little thing on my MyFitnessPal. It's a graph, a bar graph. And it shows you your averages. Consistency, man. Straight across the board. You see my refeed days, right? Just an extra 500 calories, and it's all from carbohydrate. I'm not boosting fat, I'm not boosting protein. Just a little bit more glycogen while I'm in prep to keep me revving and to keep my workouts good and boost my glycogen a little bit. So it's a good tool to use if you're lost. I mean, if you have one day high, another day low, another day really low, and then another day super high, your graph's going to be all crazy. And sure, there's a thing called undulating, but that's really not it, because you're not in control of what you're putting in your mouth. So if you want to dial things in a little bit, something I like to do is look at those averages for the calories, even though I'm not a calorie counter. But what I do with my clients is weekly averages and monthly averages of protein, carbs, and fats. And they have certain macros, is what those are called. So say you had, I'll use myself for example right now, 200 grams of protein. I got to hit that every day. Okay, I got 275 grams of carbs. I got to hit that every day. And I got 50 grams of fat, got to hit it every day. If I hit those every day, my 7-day average will say 200, 275, 50. If you mess up in that week and you're like, yeah, I just never hit my protein and I'm always over in my fats. Well, that's what your weekly average is going to be. And so if your coach has already put a deficit into your plan and you're messing this deficit up by eating over the deficit or under, he already has you in deficit and you're eating less than what you should, there should be a plan of action to get you up to that. Or, you just got to dial it in. You want to dial it in, you got to have that straight across. Straight across. And that is huge, vital information for your coach to say, wow, this girl's just killing it. We're stable at this weight, so I can make a small adjustment here via food or via workout, right? It could be a cardio session. It could be more volume. It could be something like that to create a little bit more deficit, okay? So those are two cools. I'll post that picture up, I hope. I talked about, here's a funny question. Why do I wear my hoodie? I'm not going to say these people's names. It's a friend of mine. Anyways, one, I had a coach back in the day, Kurt Wiedner, awesome. He suggested, blasting out a hoodie. And ever since, I'm a Canadian. I like wearing hoodies. I like wearing sweaters. I don't know why. I like being really warm. I like to sweat when I do my cardio. It makes me feel good. I don't know what, I love having saunas and steam rooms. I just like sweating and wearing it. Plus, people know me. I'm a Star Wars comic book nerd. This is what Jedis have. Yeah, it's the hoodie on. They have a hood on their head. And some superheroes have a hood. I don't know, it makes me feel superhero Jedi-esque in a way. I don't know, it's just something that helps me dial in my work. And if there's anything you like to dial in your work, wearing special shoes, special friggin' underwear, I don't care, just put it on so it's going to help you get your work done. And today I'm going to slap my hoodie on and get my cardio done. Right? There you go. That's a funny question. I like those. Thanks for that one. Young and Restless. I want to hit back on this before I get out of this video because I hate making long videos. Me back in the day and what I see these days in the gym, me back in the day, I wanted to kill it. I was reading these magazines on guys, I'm not calling out those guys, Olympians and Mr. Olympia, and they're just, the programs just weren't for me, right? I'm not that big, I can't handle that volume. And here I am, a novice, and going crazy. But what I see in the gym is these teenagers or novice guys who want to train, they just get anything that's cool, and they start doing it in the gym. They're not tracking sets, they're not tracking reps, they're just in there, just banging it out. That's just exercise to me. You're not training. Training is tracking. Training is, I'm going in and training today. I'm smashing squats and deadies. I'm going to hit bench, I'm hitting my big compound movements, I'm going to put mass on. What I see in the novices, there's too much fluff stuff. Sure, fluff means accessory exercises like bicep curls, triceps, extensions, and kickbacks. Those aren't going to put the size on. You got to work on the big compound muscles. And I'm telling you, novices now, learn how to squat, learn how to deadlift, learn how to bench, learn how to overhead press. Overhead press is okay. I'd rather you just stick to those three and the press can be in there. Now, when you have that foundation and you practice those first in your program, sure, you can throw in some bodybuilding fluff stuff in the end to finish off that muscle group. But the goal is, don't kill the muscle group. Don't smash it to death that you can't hit it again in a few other days. Okay, if you're a super novice, you have this honeymoon phase that you guys can put on a lot of size and push those weights up through the roof. You can start it with a 45-pound bar, and by the end of the month, you're going to be hitting 150 plus. You have this ability to adapt and blossom. Once you get intermediate phase, advanced phase, it's a lot of hard work to just get a small gain. So do it right, get those gains. I wish someone had taught me that because I was in there doing all this friggin' arm work, and I'm already an arm puller as is, and I wish I spent more time on the compound movements and worked on my squatting. And you know, that's my tip for you guys. Quit being young and reckless and coming in here and doing something fucking fancy just because you saw some guy in Men's Fitness do it. Work on your fundamentals, build a foundation, and then you can sculpt it like a sculptor sculpts his clay, right? Cool. I think that's it for me. Keep kicking ass, all you guys in prep, all you novices out there that are training. I hope some of this stuff helps, and I'll keep pushing it out there. Send me a question. I'll post my email up. Sometimes I'll get questions on my Instagram. I usually don't tap into questions on YouTube. There's mean people on YouTube. They always say, yeah, you're such a, you know what I mean? So I'm not even going to touch that. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. I'm here to help. All right? Okay, you guys, keep kicking ass. Peace.